Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at this problem. Monica spent 2.5 hours working on her computer. If she started working at 10:30 a.m., what time did Monica stop working? So there's a couple different ways you can do this. I like to do this way the best. You count up using hours first and then count minutes until you reach the ending time. So if our starting time is at 10:30 a.m., the elapsed time, that means how much time was spent. So 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I like to count up. So you start for start time and then you count. So I go 10:30, 11:30. Then the next hour would be 12:30. Then here would be 1:30. But I don't know if we're going to go that far, so we're just going to see. So 10:30 to 11:30, that's 1. 11:30 to 12:30, that's 2. And if we go all the way to here, that would be 3 hours. But it's only 2.5 hours, so there's 1 in between. So this would be 1 o'clock. So she would go from 10:30 to 11:30, that's 1. 11:30 to 12:30, that's 2. And then 12:30 to 1, that's 2.5 hours. So the end time would be 1, so I can't really see that, 1 o'clock p.m. Because remember, right here from this is a.m., and then as soon as you reach 12:30, it becomes p.m. So you have to remember to start over when you get to 12:30. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. Another way you can do it is you can look at the clock. So you could start your time. So let's say this is 10:30. So that's 10. Then you could start it and then you just think, okay, if I'm starting here, that's 10:30. I go to 11:30, that's 1. 12:30, that's 2 hours. And then I would just go up a half hour to 1 o'clock. So you could use the clock. And every time you go around, that counts as an hour. Okay, we're going to do another one, just a simple example. So if we have a start time at 11:38 a.m., the elapsed time, that's how much time has passed, is 3 hours and 10 minutes. So we count up using hours first and then count minutes. So we're going to start at 11:38. Then we're going to count our 3 hours. So 11:38, that would be 12:38 to 1:38. This is a.m. Then once you reach 12, it becomes p.m. So that's 1 hour, 2 hours. Then we go to 2:38. That's 3 hours. Then I'm just going to go for 10 more minutes. So if it's only 10 more minutes, what's plus 10 minutes? So 2:38 plus 10 minutes is 2:48 p.m. So our end time, 2:48 p.m. Just make sure when you get to the 12 p.m., you go to 1. It doesn't go 13. So you should know that, guys. But just remember 12, 1, 2, it starts over again and becomes p.m. after a.m. Okay? All right, I think that you should probably be able to do this by now. Um, just remember to count up. You can also use the clock if you want to, if that's easier for you. You could go to 11:38 a.m. You would draw that on the clock. And then you would count how many times it goes around. So it would be 11:38, 12:38, 1:38, 2:38, and then you would add 10 minutes to that. Well, it'll be all the way to here. So then you would add your 10 minutes, which would be right here. But I think using the clock is a little more difficult. I like to just count up. You can even count on your fingers. 11:38, 12:38, 1:38, 2:38, and then just add the 10 minutes. Okay, I hope that this makes sense, and let's get going with the rest of the lesson.